Welcome to the English Growth Podcast.
Your journey to fluency starts now.
Anna, can I just say the studio feels a little cold today?
Jake, every time the air conditioning works properly, you react like we are recording from the top of a snowy mountain.
I like to bring atmosphere.
You like to bring drama.
That too.
But to be fair, the weather outside does feel a bit gray today, and inside the studio it has that cool, quiet kind of feeling.
Yes, and honestly, today's topic feels a bit like that too. Not loud, not dramatic, just something a lot of people carry quietly.
Yes, the kind of feeling that does not always look serious from the outside, but can shape so much on the inside.
Exactly. And that is really what we're getting into today.
Yes, today we're talking about self-worth and how easy it is to build it in the wrong place.
Especially when it starts depending too much on other people's approval.
Because I think a lot of people know this feeling, even if they do not always say it out loud.
Right. Wanting approval is such a human thing. Nobody is completely immune to it.
Right, and if you are immune to something, it means it doesn't affect you easily.
Sadly, one slightly cold reply can still affect people very easily.
Oh, very easily. One weird text, and suddenly your whole emotional system starts holding an emergency meeting.
Yes, then you replay that one message for 3 business days.
3 business days is very specific, Jake.
Because I have lived it, Anna.
Fair enough.
And for me, this topic became very real during a recession-like season, when the economy felt shaky, companies were cutting budgets, and people around me were quietly worried about layoffs. Even if your own job is still there, that kind of atmosphere gets into your body. I noticed I was trying so hard to stay useful, extra available, extra dependable, almost like if I just worked hard enough, answered fast enough, and made myself necessary enough, I could somehow protect my place.
Oof. That is such a human response, though.
Human, yes. Peaceful, no. And what really hit me later was this. I was not only scared about money or stability, I was scared of feeling less valuable if that role disappeared.
Yes, that part goes deep, Jake, because sometimes work is not just work. It becomes proof that you matter.
Exactly. And when your worth starts living there, uncertainty feels personal.
Mine looked very different, but the feeling underneath was strangely similar. Mine showed up more in friendships and social situations. I used to leave some conversations feeling weirdly tired, and for a long time, I could not fully explain why.
That kind of tiredness usually means something deeper is happening.
Yes, and eventually I realized I was trying way too hard to be liked. I was laughing quickly, agreeing quickly, smoothing things over, making sure everyone felt comfortable. Honestly, I was like a one-woman emotional customer service desk.
That image is painfully clear, Anna.
Thank you. And then later, after those conversations, I would second-guess myself. Did I say too much? Was I weird? Did that joke sound strange? Should I have stayed quieter?
And if you second-guess yourself, it means you start doubting your own words, choices, or actions after the moment has passed.
Right, and that was the hard part to admit. I was not only trying to connect, I was performing a little. I wanted people to like me. I wanted to feel chosen.
So, in your case, self-worth got tied to being accepted.
Exactly.
And in my case, it got tied to being needed.
Right, different stories, same trap.
Yes, and I think that is why this topic matters so much. Self-worth can quietly attach itself to work, relationships, appearance, success, usefulness, productivity, almost anything.
So in this episode, we want to talk about why approval feels so addictive, what self-worth really means, the difference between confidence and self-worth, the habits that destroy it, and the habits that help rebuild it.
Yes, this is a B2 level episode, so the language will be a little richer, but still natural, clear, and comfortable to follow.
So please do not worry if you do not catch every single word. Just stay with us, listen for the feeling, and let your English grow naturally as you listen.
And later in the episode, we'll also have a word tour where we explain some powerful words and expressions from today's conversation.
And yes, we do have a little extra for you today.
A very practical little extra.
A very practical little extra. If you want the full transcript to follow along with the episode or to read everything again later at your own pace, there's a PDF waiting for you in the description.
And we also added grammar, comprehension, and vocabulary quizzes to help you keep practicing.
Jake, noticed we were suspiciously organized today.
It happens.
Very rarely, but yes. And if you enjoy learning English through honest, meaningful conversations like this, please like the episode, subscribe to the channel, and join the English Leap family.
And today, we'd really love to hear from you, too.
What affects your self-worth the most? Work, relationships, appearance, or something else?
You can keep your answers short and simple or share a little of your own experience. We always love reading your thoughts.
Because sometimes the need for approval is deep-rooted.
Right. And if something is deep-rooted, it means it has been there for a long time and feels strongly fixed inside you.
Yes, but that does not mean it cannot change.
Right. And that is exactly why this conversation matters.
All right, let's begin. So maybe we should start here. Why does approval feel so powerful in the first place? Why do people care so much?
Because approval feels good, very good. It feels safe, calming, comforting. When people approve of you, smile at you, praise you, choose you, agree with you, your nervous system goes, "Ah, lovely, we are safe now."
Yes, it is almost embarrassing how quickly one nice reaction can improve your mood.
And how quickly one weird reaction can ruin it.
Also true.
And I think many people fall back on approval without even noticing.
Right, and if you fall back on something, it means you depend on it when things feel uncertain or difficult.
Exactly. So when people feel insecure, they fall back on praise, reassurance, compliments, being needed, being admired, being wanted. Those things start working like emotional painkillers.
And that is why it feels addictive, because approval does not only feel nice, it feels like relief.
Yes, especially if you are already doubting yourself. Then approval does not feel like a bonus, it feels like oxygen.
Ugh, yes, that is exactly it.
And the tricky part is, if you do not build your own inner steadiness, you keep waiting for little signs from outside. A warm reply, a compliment, a thank you, a yes, a smile, a sign that you still matter.
Basically emotional Wi-Fi.
Yes, and one weak signal and suddenly everybody is suffering.
That is painfully accurate, Jake.
So approval becomes addictive because it gives short-term comfort, but it does not create long-term stability.
Right, it calms you for a moment, but it doesn't teach you how to stand on your own feet emotionally.
So then the next question is obvious. What actually is self-worth?
For me, self-worth is the ability to believe that you matter, even when nobody's clapping.
That is good.
It is how you see your value when you are not being praised, chosen, noticed, thanked, admired, or reassured.
Yes, self-worth is quieter than confidence. It is deeper. It is less shiny.
Less shiny is a good phrase.
Thank you. Confidence can say, "I think I can do this." Self-worth says, "Even if this goes badly, I am still worthy."
Yes, that is such an important difference.
And building that kind of worth is very deliberate.
Right, and if something is deliberate, it means it is done intentionally, not by accident.
Exactly. Real self-worth usually does not appear one sunny morning while you're eating fruit and feeling healed.
Slightly rude, slightly true.
It usually grows through repeated inner work, through noticing unhealthy patterns, through changing how you speak to yourself, through showing yourself again and again, "I am still here for you."
So, self-worth is not a mood, it's not a lucky day, it's not one good hair day and 2 compliments.
Though we respect a good hair day.
Deeply.
But yes, it is deeper than that. It's your internal relationship with your own value.
And I think that is exactly where people get confused sometimes.
Yes, because confidence and self-worth can sound almost the same on the surface.
But they are not the same thing at all.
Right. Confidence is about how you feel about your abilities. Self-worth is about how you feel about your value as a person.
Yes, confidence asks, can I do this?
And self-worth asks, if I do not do this well, am I still okay inside?
Which is a much ruder question, honestly.
Much ruder.
So confidence often shows up in what you do. Can I speak well? Can I handle this task? Can I walk into that room and function like a human being?
A very ambitious goal some days, Anna.
Truly.
But self-worth is deeper. It is more like, if I fail, if I feel awkward, if I am rejected, if I am not impressive today, do I still believe I matter?
Exactly. You can look confident and still have very fragile self-worth.
Yes, some people sound sure of themselves, speak well, dress well, work well, but inside they are still terrified of being ordinary.
Or terrified of anything that cracks the image.
Which is exhausting. It is like trying to look emotionally moisturized while drying out inside.
That is ridiculous. Keep going.
Thank you. My point is, confidence helps you do things, but self-worth is what holds you together when things do not go well.
That is strong. And I think many people need to hear that because they keep trying to become more confident when what they really need is a kinder foundation.
Yes, and when that foundation is weak, certain habits start showing up very quietly. So let's talk about the ones that slowly damage self-worth.
Yes, the quiet ones. The ones that do not always look serious at first.
Habit number 1, people-pleasing.
Yes, saying yes when you mean no. Smiling when you are uncomfortable. Explaining too much. Softening yourself too much. Acting like everybody's comfort is somehow your full-time job.
Which, legally, it is not.
Thank you for clarifying that, Jake.
I am here to help.
And for some people, pleasing others starts to feel almost obligatory.
Right, and if something feels obligatory, it feels required, expected, like you have to do it.
Exactly. So rest feels selfish. Boundaries feel rude. Honesty feels dangerous. And that slowly teaches you my needs come second.
Now let's look at habit number 2, over-identifying with what you do.
Yes, when your value gets tied to your productivity, success, usefulness, income, achievements, output, image, or performance.
Yes, that was my trap. I was not only doing my job, I was using my job to tell myself I deserved to exist comfortably.
Oof.
Yes, not ideal.
And when your worth gets that shaky, you often start tolerating things you should not. Habit number 3, letting disrespect go too far.
Yes, sometimes when self-worth is low, you let people get away with something they should not get away with.
Right, and if someone gets away with something, it means they do something wrong or unfair and face no real consequence for it.
Exactly. They cross a line. They speak carelessly. They use your kindness too much, and you stay quiet, because losing the relationship feels scarier than losing your peace.
And that can really take a toll on you.
Yes, and if something takes a toll on you, it has a harmful effect on you over time.
Right, it chips away at your calm, your honesty, your trust in yourself, because every time you ignore your own discomfort, a part of you notices.
And that brings us to habit number 4, constant self-doubt.
Yes, always checking yourself, always adjusting, always wondering how you sounded, how you looked, whether they liked you, whether you said too much, whether you were annoying.
The brain becomes a very rude little customer feedback form.
Yes, 1 star. Too emotional, too quiet, too much eye contact, very confusing overall.
Exactly.
And all 4 of these habits have one thing in common. They train you to look outside yourself for permission to feel okay.
Which means your peace never really feels stable.
Okay, so if those are the habits that slowly damage self-worth, what helps rebuild it?
Right. I think it starts here. Habit number 1, keep small promises to yourself.
Yes, very unglamorous, very powerful.
If you say you will rest, rest. If you say you will go for a walk, go. If you say you will stop replying to messages at midnight, please stop writing emotional essays at 12:14 a.m.
That felt personal.
It was universal, Anna.
And this is where self-trust starts. You carry through on the things you tell yourself matter.
Right. And if you carry through, it means you actually continue with something and complete it, instead of dropping it halfway.
Exactly. Every time you carry through on a small promise to yourself, you send yourself a message. I listened to me. I matter too.
Right. And the next habit that helps a lot is this. Stop over-explaining everything.
Yes. because over-explaining often means you are trying to control other people's reactions before they even happen.
Exactly. You want your decision to sound acceptable enough to be approved.
And that brings us to habit number 3. Let discomfort happen without treating it like danger.
That one matters a lot because someone being disappointed is uncomfortable. Someone misunderstanding you is uncomfortable. Someone reacting differently than you hoped is uncomfortable. But uncomfortable does not automatically mean unsafe.
Yes, and that is a huge shift, a really huge one, because many people think, if this feels bad, I must fix it immediately. But sometimes the healthier move is to stay steady and let the moment breathe.
Which is very annoying advice, but excellent advice.
Extremely annoying, very useful.
Right. And habit number 4 is quieter, but just as important. Speak to yourself with more dignity.
Yes, not fake praise, not empty affirmations that your soul rejects instantly, just a more respectful inner voice.
Less, what is wrong with me? And more, okay, what happened there? Less, why am I like this? And more, what do I need right now?
Because self-worth grows in the way you respond to yourself after hard moments.
Not only after successful ones.
I think this is the part where self-worth becomes visible in real life. Boundaries, self-trust, emotional strength. Not glamorous, but very real.
Yes, because boundaries are not only about saying no. They are about believing your no deserves to exist.
Yes.
And when you finally start setting better boundaries, some people may be taken aback.
Right, and if someone is taken aback, it means they feel surprised or a little shocked.
Exactly, because they were used to the old version of you, the endlessly available version, the always understanding version, the it's fine, no problem, don't worry about me version.
Ah, yes. Sweet on the outside, completely drained on the inside.
Oof, completely. And that is exactly why emotional strength is not becoming cold. It is not becoming hard. It is becoming steadier.
Yes, it is being able to say, I can survive this moment without betraying myself.
That is such a strong sentence, Anna.
Thank you.
And self-trust grows in these tiny moments too. Every time you notice your discomfort, honor your limit, speak honestly, and stay with yourself, you become a little safer to live inside.
Well said, Jake. So, how do people depend less on outside validation without pretending they do not care at all?
The goal is not to feel nothing. It is to stop making other people's reactions your main source of stability.
Yes, approval can feel nice, it just cannot be the place where your worth lives.
Exactly. So before you chase reassurance, pause and ask yourself, what am I hoping they will give me right now?
Safety, comfort, proof, permission?
Yes. And then ask, can I give even a small part of that to myself first?
It also helps to notice where this pattern shows up most. Work, relationships, appearance, family, being useful.
Because once you can name it, it stops feeling random.
And yes, letting go of approval as a strategy can feel strange at first.
Very strange. But that is part of the rebuilding. You stop performing so much, and you start listening to yourself more.
And slowly, your worth begins to move inward. Not perfectly, but steadily.
Sadly, there is no emotional overnight delivery.
Yes, very disappointing.
So maybe this is the simplest way to say it. Self-worth is not built by making sure everyone approves of you,
It is built by staying connected to yourself even when they do not.
especially when someone is disappointed, when you feel awkward, when you fail a little, or when you are not your best.
Yes, maybe especially then.
Because if your worth only appears on good days, it is not rooted deeply enough yet.
But if you can stay on your own side in hard moments too, that changes everything.
And honestly, that is what makes life feel calmer. You stop living like every room is judging you, every message is grading you, every silence is rejecting you.
Every eyebrow movement is now an official review.
Yes, 5 stars, 1 star, very unstable service.
Exactly. So no, the goal is not to stop caring completely.
The goal is to care without collapsing.
Because people's opinions will always come and go, but your worth cannot keep moving into all of them.
That is a chaotic housing strategy, Anna.
It really is.
Your worth needs a steadier address than that.
Yes, and that's what we're building. Not perfect confidence, not some magical state where nothing affects you, just something steadier inside.
Right, something you can actually come back to.
And before we close, let's take a little word tour through some of the words and expressions we use today.
Yes, a calm little walk through the vocabulary. No hiking boots required.
Thank goodness. So let's begin with a phrase from today's episode. Take a toll on.
If something takes a toll on you, it slowly has a negative effect on your energy, emotions, or strength over time. Not always suddenly, sometimes little by little.
For example, constantly needing approval can take a toll on your peace of mind.
Or trying to please everyone eventually took a toll on her confidence. Repeat, take a toll on.
Take a toll on. Next, a very real phrase from today's conversation. Second guess yourself.
If you second guess yourself, you start doubting your own words, choices, or actions after something has already happened.
For example, she always second guesses herself after speaking in a group.
Or, he sent the message and then immediately started second guessing himself. Repeat, second guess yourself.
Second guess yourself. Next, we have fall back on.
If you fall back on something, you depend on it when things feel uncertain, difficult, or unstable.
For example, when she feels insecure, she tends to fall back on other people's approval.
Or, some people fall back on being busy because it makes them feel valuable. Repeat, fall back on.
Fall back on. Next, a strong descriptive word, deep-rooted.
If something is deep-rooted, it has been there for a long time and feels strongly fixed inside you.
For example, his fear of rejection was deep-rooted.
Or, for many people, the need for approval is deep-rooted. Repeat, deep-rooted.
Deep-rooted. Next, immune.
If you are immune to something, it means it does not really affect you, or it doesn't affect you easily.
For example, nobody is completely immune to criticism.
Or, even confident people are not always immune to self-doubt. Repeat, immune.
Immune. Next, a useful word for intentional action, deliberate.
If something is deliberate, it is done carefully and intentionally, not by accident.
For example, building self-worth takes deliberate inner work.
Or, she made a deliberate choice to stop over-explaining herself. Repeat, deliberate.
Deliberate. Next, a word that sounds formal but is very useful, obligatory.
If something feels obligatory, it feels required, expected, or like you have to do it.
For example, for some people, saying yes feels almost obligatory.
Or, the smile felt obligatory, not natural. Repeat, obligatory.
Obligatory. Next, an important phrase for self-trust, carry through.
If you carry through on something, you continue with it and complete it instead of giving up halfway.
For example, she started trusting herself more when she began to carry through on small promises.
Or, it is not enough to make promises to yourself. You have to carry through. Repeat, carry through.
Carry through. Next, a very common phrase, get away with something.
If someone gets away with something, they do something wrong, unfair, or unacceptable and face no real consequence for it.
For example, when your self-worth is low, you may let people get away with disrespect.
Or, he kept getting away with rude behavior because nobody challenged him. Repeat, get away with something.
Get away with something. And the last one for today, be taken aback.
If you are taken aback, you feel surprised or a little shocked by something.
For example, some people are taken aback when you stop people-pleasing.
Or, she was taken aback by how strong her reaction was. Repeat, be taken aback.
Be taken aback.
Very nice. That was a strong set today.
Yes, emotionally insightful and suspiciously organized.
Our rarest form.
And maybe that is a nice place to leave it today. You do not need everybody to approve of you to begin rebuilding your self-worth.
Right. It starts more quietly than that, with honesty, with boundaries, with self-trust, and with learning to stay on your own side a little more.
So, if this episode stayed with you, let it stay with you gently. No pressure, just one small thought to carry into your day.